I promised to meet you in Tirunelveli on the 10th of March. So the place has been finalized. So I meet you on the 10th of March, the Sunday, at the Maharasi Mahal, KTC Nagar, Tirunelveli, between 4:30 and 7 p.m. See you in Tirunelveli on 10th.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. Recently there was an article which came out in Financial Times which was interest to me because I'm a gamer and I love playing games. I do have all the consoles. I have the Nintendo, I have the PlayStation 3, 4 and 5, and I have the Xbox, and I have been using them extensively and my children use them and we love them, much to the disgust of my wife who feels that I'm not a child and I have no business playing video games at this age. Maybe she's right, maybe she's not, I don't know. But I do enjoy them and I do love spending time with my kids playing these games. And one of the consoles which my son loves is the Xbox. I'm lean towards more Sony's PlayStation because historically I've always been playing PlayStation. But we did buy the Xbox because my son was very keen on playing some of the games which are exclusively on the Xbox. Lo and behold, the news has come out that Microsoft is planning to shift its focus away from consoles and the Xbox and focus on other things. How did this news come about? They did not announce saying the Xbox is not going to be an important market for them. They just said games which are exclusively on Xbox are slowly going to be featuring on Sony and Nintendo. So that means what? The rivalry which was there between Microsoft and PlayStation, Sony that is, has been pivotal on keeping games which are exclusively dominions of each one and not allowing these games to bleed into the other consoles was imperative, because that way, as a user and a lover of a certain game, you had no choice but to buy that console to play that game. Now that Microsoft has opened the gates and said the games which are exclusive to Microsoft, Xbox, are going to be available in PlayStation, everyone started wondering, why is this so? What Microsoft is signaling is they're saying, going forward, the world is going, and the way they see the future landscape of gaming and technology, there's no more point holding on to exclusivity on the hardware platform. That the software game, it being available on multiple platforms, is of more use to Microsoft than keeping it exclusive on Xbox. That means cloud-based computing games and the rise of AI and the rise of virtual reality in the coming years is going to push more and more supremacy of software than hardware. So owning a console or owning a certain dominion in a console is not going to be profitable for Microsoft, and they're taking a pivot and moving away. So why is Microsoft shifting its focus from Xbox hardware and focusing more on the software? Simple reason is to increase sales. On competing consoles, if they are available, that means more revenue for Microsoft and Microsoft Cloud and Microsoft Game Computing. So, especially making Xbox exclusive games available on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, this strategy is going to be a win-win for Microsoft. After the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, Game Pass is Microsoft's predominant gateway to their Xbox world. So, they're adding Call of Duty and other services to it. That means all these games are going to become synonymous with any gaming console. So Philip Spencer, the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, has emphasized this move is critical for allowing more and more devices to come into the platform. This is going to foster Microsoft's growth and the Xbox division's profitability. This is despite the fact that Xbox sales has been lagging. The console sales have been lagging behind PlayStation and Switch for a very long time. So what does this mean for gamers? This comes back to the old days of 1980s when it was completely dominated by Japanese companies. Takes me back to my childhood, where Nintendo and Sony PlayStations and Sega used to be the dominant forces of gaming consoles. And all of them were Japanese companies. And this, of course, led to our childhood imagination, from my generation at least, of imagining Japan to be a futuristic country and that all things imaginable were possible in Japan just because of using the electronic software and the electronic hardware coming out of Japan. So, as a gamer, is it good news? I think so. I think the world being dominated again by Sony and Nintendo harks back to the golden age of gaming, which is good news. This doesn't mean Xbox will not be upgrading its hardware and moving Xbox along. I'm sure Microsoft will be upgrading its hardware and moving it along with iterations and giving next generation Xboxes. But what it does mean is the push and pull which is happening between US and Japan over dominance of console wars is definitely go all out towards Japan now. I don't see any other console coming in the US which is going to dominate like what Xbox was doing from the American side. as much as Xbox was. It does take me back to those days when Xbox was first launched, Xbox 360, and the famous video, which even Rock Dwayne Johnson made fun of, him and Bill Gates launching the Xbox together. So this is a day to mark in your calendar if you're a gamer, that you can see the transition and the shift happening in the market, and what it means with cloud gaming coming more and more and the strong forces of mobile gaming coming more and more, that it does make sense for this kind of a switch to happen. The one question begs to is, what is Nintendo going to do with all this? Because Nintendo has always been in a very isolated bubble. The kind of games Nintendo makes, the kind of user experience Nintendo gives is very unique, and it is something that you do not find outside Nintendo. Though Sony does try to create games similar to that, Nintendo games seem to be a subgenre of gaming and consoles. It is not mainstream as the others are. So it has a very unique ecosystem, and it's lovely to see now how Sony and Nintendo are going to have a tug of war across the globe when it comes to consoles. So after PlayStation 5, when PlayStation 6 comes, I'm sure PlayStation 6 is going to be quite interesting to watch as more and more games start coming into the Sony PlayStation world from Xbox. This all comes in the back of a month ago when Microsoft's Activision Blizzard went through and they laid off almost 2,000 people in Xbox and in Activision Blizzard because of redundancy and not requiring that many anymore. So that roughly is around a workforce of around 8% Microsoft has cut from Microsoft Gaming Division. So it kind of gives you an idea of where Microsoft sees the future. So it's great. As a console user of Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo, this kind of cross-pollination of games, I think, is fantastic. And it's going to be interesting to play Microsoft Xbox games on a PlayStation and to see how is that interface and how is that user experience. Is it similar, or is there going to be any changes to the games as you move from console to console? And when it comes to networking and cloud gaming through multiple consoles, it opens up a whole new world for people like me and my children, because now people who don't have an Xbox can come and join the game online and join the fun online. So what does this mean for gaming? We'll have to wait and watch. These are interesting times as Microsoft opens the gates and allows Sony and Nintendo to come in, and let's see what happens. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you keep gaming, and happy Saturday, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.